The old man was trying to tell the future, looking for pictures in the campfire.
Oh, I see evil, evil born deep beneath the city. Far from the light of day, I see it growing safe beneath a sky of steel, scheming in the dark, gathering strength. And now, oh, now the evil spreads. It sends deadly feelers over the land above, across the gap, reaching towards this very place.
I'd seen him do it 100 times, but I humored him. After all, he'd been like a father to me. And what does this evil want here?
Oh, my son, I fear the evil wants you.
That was when Joey piped up.
Sensors detect incoming audio source.
The evil is nearly here.
It sounded more like a copter than a demon. But the next thing, all hell let loose anyway.
Run, Foster, run! Hide from the evil!
Foster! Help! Better make my next body move faster, Foster.
He was only a robot. Oh, I love the little guy. Then, as suddenly as it started, the shooting stopped. There was a moment's silence as the copter cut its rotors. Then,
"Whoever is in charge here, come forward. Now!"
only a fool would have argued with that firepower.
I am the leader of these people. We are peaceful.
Bring him here.
At once, Commander Reich.
We're looking for someone. Someone who doesn't belong here. Who wasn't born in this garbage dump. Who came from the city as a child. We want to take him home again.
My mind racing. I remembered where I'd seen that symbol before. It was the day the tribe found me. The day of the crash. The day my mother died.
You all right, city boy?
Got a name, son?
Robert.
Ah, welcome to the Gap, Robert.
As he patched me up, the old man had gently explained that there was no way back into the city, and I already knew there was nothing he could do for Mother. His tribe was poor, but they treated me like one of their own. I learned how to survive in the wasteland they called the Gap, and scavenging from the city dumps. As the years passed, I forgot my life in the city, discovered new talents.
Ha! I'm your friend. Call me Joey.
And got a second name.
This is what we'll call you. Now that you've come of age, son, we found you, fostered you, so that makes you Robert Foster.
Wasted enough time. Give us the runaway, or we'll shoot everyone. Starting with you, Granddad.
The old man had been right for once. It was me they wanted.
No, my son. Don't let the evil take you. Run!
DNA scan confirms it's him, sir.
Evil had come to the Gap, just as he said.
Take him.
But had the old man seen why it wanted me, or what it would do next? It was too late to ask him now.
Leaving destruction zone, Commander Reich. Good. Detonate.
Much too late.
Why, you murdering? Keep him quiet.
All I could do was wait, just like on a hunt. Just like the old man taught me. Wait and be ready. It was dawn when we reached the city.
Land in the Central Security Compound.
A dawn my tribe would never see. They were no more than a note in Reich's book now.
Yes, sir. Locking on automatic landing beacon.
But what was I? Why did...
Sir, the guidance system, it's gone crazy. We're going to hit.
Maybe I'd get some answers now. If I survived another copter crash.
What you want?
Looking for a saboteur from the Gap. He crashed a chopper and escaped.
Oh, sounds dangerous to me.
Don't worry, he's not going anywhere. We cut the power to the elevator, and the crash has blocked the walkway.
What if he comes in here?
You'll be fine. We posted guards. And Reich wants to hunt him down personally.
Right, eh? This guy must be important.
Yeah, we got orders direct from Link. Take him alive before he does any more damage.
Best of luck to you.
These guys are out to get me, but why? They already destroyed my home and my people. Well, Reich, whoever you are, it's retribution time. Gotta be clever. Play them at their own game. First thing is to get Joey running again.
Und damit Hallihallo und herzlich willkommen hier auf meinem Kanal. Ich bin's, der Bio, begrüße euch und freue mich natürlich, dass du wieder einschaltest zu einem weiteren neuen Projekt hier auf dem Kanal. Es ist das zweite Spiel von Charles Cecil. Es ist Beneath a Steel Sky. Schön, dass ihr da seid. Wir spielen das Ganze hier über den Scum-Emulator, also die PC-Fassung. Das Spiel ist 1993 erschienen für sämtliche Plattformen, unter anderem natürlich für den PC, für Amiga und für Macintosh und was weiß ich. Es gab sogar eine Remastered-Version für das iOS, ja, also so schön iPhone. Ja, sonst befinden wir uns jetzt hier in einem weiteren Spiel, was Charles Cecil also hier veröffentlicht hat. Das erste war ja Lure of the Temptress gewesen und damit hatten wir ja viel Spaß. Musste ich leider ein bisschen nachvertonen. Aber ihr seht, es hat sich innerhalb von einem Jahr doch ziemlich viel verändert, würde ich fast behaupten, denn das Spiel sieht komplett anders aus. Ich selbst habe es früher leider nie spielen können, aber das hole ich jetzt dementsprechend nach und das wird also hier unser Let's Play dazu. Ja, natürlich, ihr wisst, wie es funktioniert. Das ist ein Video, wieder ein Part und das schneiden wir alles wieder zusammen. Und ja, dementsprechend, ich habe das jetzt natürlich schon vorab schon mal gespielt, damit wir jetzt natürlich nicht so lange brauchen, um jetzt irgendwelche Rätsel zu lösen oder sonst irgendwas. Ja, damit wir hier natürlich flüssig also durchkommen. Ja, dementsprechend würde ich sagen, fangen wir an. Wir quatschen natürlich währenddessen.
Do not obstruct. Key available on presentation of Requisition Form SOS-23.
Ja, ich werde natürlich hier immer so ein bisschen reinquatschen und ja, wenn es natürlich hier Gespräche sind, dann werde ich natürlich hier meine Klappe halten, damit ich hier nicht immer reinquatsche. Denn, was natürlich auch neu ist, ja, anders noch als bei Lure of the Temptress, wir haben jetzt hier eine englische Sprachausgabe. Leider keine deutsche, aber Englisch bin ich auch zufrieden. Wir haben aber deutsche Untertitel. Ja, das war bei Lure of the Temptress, war es ja auch mit deutschen Untertiteln, aber ihr seht, ne, es ist halt deutlich einfacher gehalten jetzt mittlerweile. Und ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, mich erinnert das Spiel sehr, sehr stark an die Indiana Jones Spiele, ne? Der letzte Kreuzzug zum Beispiel. Oder, ja, Fate of Atlantis. Das sieht schon so in diese Richtung so aus. Obwohl schon eher Fate of Atlantis statt Kreuzzüge, ich glaube, die waren noch ein bisschen bunter gewesen, ne? Ja, ich würde sagen, wir spielen jetzt einfach, wir quatschen jetzt gar nicht so lange. Denn wir haben auf jeden Fall noch ein bisschen was vor. Ist natürlich deutlich länger als Lure of the Temptress. Ich glaube, 4 bis 5 Stunden geht das Ganze hier. Ja, da werden wir auf jeden Fall ein bisschen was zu tun haben. Wir haben hier oben natürlich unsere Leiste, kennen wir natürlich von Baphomets Fluch, ne? Ja, erst danach kam Baphomets Fluch raus, ne? Also, das ist jetzt so das letzte Spiel vor Baphomets Fluch, wo sie dann natürlich ihren großen Namen dann praktisch gemacht haben halt, ne? So, dann würde ich sagen, let's go. Ach, ich muss die...
Up there! You won't escape that way!
Ich musste die Töne hier so dermaßen leise machen. Ja, das ist so laut, das Spiel teilweise. Also das steht hier mittlerweile bei mir alles auf 20 und die Sprachausgabe, was extrem laut hier wirkt, ja, das steht auf 40. Also das ist schon... Große Einstellungsmöglichkeiten haben wir hier auch leider im Spiel selbst nicht.
He must have jumped. Fell all the way to ground level. Phew. Lucky escape.
Ja, schauen wir uns das an.
Security symbol. That must be their headquarters.
Ich finde das putzig. Wie gesagt, das Spiel ist leider an mir komplett vorbeigegangen. Jetzt 2020 kam denn nach fast 27 Jahren denn mal ein Nachfolger raus. Das ist fantastisch, ja. Also so lange Zeit. Wir hatten damals ein bisschen Probleme gehabt, hatten keinen Finanzier gehabt. Durch die letzten Verkäufe. Durch die letzten Verkäufe, aber durch Baphomets Fluch oder sowas konnten sie das Spiel dann selbst rausbringen. Ja, und 2020 war es dann soweit. Werden wir uns natürlich hier im Kanal natürlich auch noch anschauen.
It's wheezing and banging, like an asthmatic dinosaur in the mating season.
Aber auch für mich, wie gesagt, halt so zumindest jetzt der zweite Durchlauf vom Spiel. Ich hatte das Ganze jetzt schon mal aufgenommen gehabt, aber da habe ich dann halt gemerkt, dass der Ton leider viel zu laut war. Sehr ärgerlich, also die Musik halt. Die Musik war so laut, dass man mich gar nicht verstanden
A
hat.
discarded coffee machine? That's no use. There's no jug. It's a robot shell. Rusty, but it might work.
Mir war halt wichtig, dass wir halt die Gespräche schon relativ deutlich haben. Wir benutzen jetzt hier oben unsere Hauptplatine mit der Roboterhülle.
Welcome back, Joey.
Is this the best shell you could find?
Listen, we're in deep trouble.
You've turned me into a vacuum cleaner.
It's functional. Don't be ungrateful. Now, I don't know where we are, or why we were brought here, but I intend to get some answers.
I've got a weird reading from my scanner. We're 120 meters above the ground.
We've got to find a way down, and keep out of the way of security.
Sehr gut, schauen wir uns mal jetzt mal hier alles an.
An elevator to the floor below. There's no obvious reason why this droid isn't working.
What do you want?
Weren't you told? Routine inspection.
Nobody told me. I'm too busy to show you around.
Don't worry, I can show myself around. You won't even notice I'm here.
Where did you get that robot?
I built him. Like it?
It's crap, son.
Excuse me.
What now?
Who's in charge around here?
Not me. I just work here. Hobbins is the name.
Who's in charge, and where can I find him?
It's Lamb you'll be wanting. He's the supervisor.
I see. And who does he work for?
The council, of course.
Tell me more about the council.
They govern the city, with the help of Link,
What's that?
the computer they built as their advisor.
What was it like before Link?
Ah, those were the days, son. We didn't have the problems we got now.
So who built the computer?
Search me. Flipping research scientist, probably.
How come your fire exit leads nowhere?
You been up there? It's not safe.
I could see that.
If you break your legs, don't come running to me for sympathy.
Where am I?
You're in the Union City recycling plant.
Do you buy scrap metal?
I don't want to be recycled, Rob. I like the shell, really.
What's the best way out of the city?
You'll have to get to ground level first. You're at the top of Erie Tower Block.
So how do I get to ground level?
There's an elevator out on the walkway. Of course, you can't reach it right now.
Why not?
'Cause Reich's boys are guarding the exit from the plant.
How come your elevator's not working?
It's activated automatically by the transport robot.
What's wrong with the transport?
It's broken down. Again. It's probably the Doppler charge thingamajig. But I haven't got time to mend it now.
What did security want?
After a saboteur. You seen anything suspicious?
I saw a wrecked helicopter.
Yeah. Seems it blocked the walkway. So we're stuck in this block.
What goes on in here?
It's me workshop. Like it?
It's very impressive. A symbol of dehumanized society. The futile struggle against entropy.
Symbol my bum. Only thing this symbolizes is 30 years of hard graft.
What are you making?
It's a special job. A drive shaft. Lamb needs it for the pipe factory.
I'll get on with my inspection.
You do that, son.
Ja, so, schauen wir uns mal die Notiz hier an.
Insurance certificate. Years out of date.
Sehr gut.
These displays mean nothing to me. Lots of buttons just asking to be pressed.
Zu laut. So, dann werden wir mal den ein bisschen ablenken müssen. Wie gesagt, wir haben es ja soweit schon gespielt. Nimmt das so ein bisschen als
An
Komplettlösung.
elevator to the floor below.
Oder als Walkthrough, keine Ahnung.
Hey, what are you doing?
I told you already. Routine inspection.
Well, keep off that elevator. I can't hear myself think.
So.
What are you doing? Get out. That's my
Oh.
personal property.
Ah, Mist. Waren wieder zu langsam. Dass man das wirklich zweimal machen muss. Schafft man bestimmt beim ersten Mal, wenn man... Ach, Joey steht immer im Weg. Das ist so ein bisschen das gleiche Problem wie bei Lure of the Temptress. Sie haben ja hier dieses
I
Virtualtheater.
told you to stay off the elevator. That alarm is driving me spare.
Dass sie hier wieder diese Wegfindung, zwar nicht so extrem wie bei Lure of the Temptress, dass die uns hier ständig im Weg stehen oder sowas. Also so extrem ist es hier nicht. Aber ich glaube, das ist hier noch mit drinne. Sehr gut. Oh, warte mal.
What's our present location?
I'm not sure, but I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
What?
Let it pass, Rob.
What tools does that shell have?
None of any use, unless you're into housework. I've got an onboard buffing and polishing tool, and an extendable probe.
We have to get out of this city.
Can't we just stay here?
Don't you miss our home, the Gap?
With all that sand clogging my circuits? No, I don't.
Forget it. Give me an analysis, Joey.
It contains flour, water, vegetable oil, salt, egg, garlic, with glycerin and pig lungs.
Oh, disgusting.
Schweinelungen. Sehr lecker.
There doesn't appear to be anything wrong with it. There's no obvious reason why this droid isn't working. Can you start that transport?
How do you expect me to do that? I'm just a cleaning droid, remember?
It's the, Knopfler charge reducer thingy.
In that case, all it needs is a jump start. This is embarrassing, Foster. You're not gonna watch, are you? I always suspected you of being a voyeur.
Come on, just do it.
Here goes. There. How was it for you?
Ach, die beiden mögen sich auch sehr, ne? Dass also diesmal nicht so ein komischer Clown ist, wie bei Lure of the Temptress. Wie hieß er? Radputsch? Radputsch? Aber das ist mir gar nicht aufgefallen, dass das Spiel halt so extrem laut ist halt. Aber in der Aufnahme, wie gesagt, man hat mich kaum verstanden. Das ist halt ein bisschen ärgerlich dann halt immer, ne? Aber du willst es ja auch so machen, dass man es auch gut verstehen kann halt, ne? Deswegen muss die Musik halt runter. Also das, was eigentlich Lure of the Temptress zu wenig hatte, hat dieses Spiel hier leider ein bisschen zu viel, so von der Musik dann halt. Aber es ist eigentlich ein schöner Soundtrack, ja? Der bleibt so ein bisschen auch im Ohr.
That thing's watching me. Good thing I'm naturally photogenic. Some oven. Wonder what's cooking. That's got to be a way out. No buttons, just a thin slot. I've got nothing that would fit. It must need a special card. You didn't tell me you could fly.
I didn't know I had it in me.
Think this could be a way out?
Through the furnace? I don't rate our chances.
If you can't be sensible, be quiet. This must be where the scrap gets melted.
Is that why you brought me here?
Don't worry, kid. They'd only take premium quality scrap. I think we're being watched.
They seem to think you're someone special. I can't imagine why.
Can you open that door?
I'll give it a try.
No sudden moves, Overman. Get over to the furnace.
You're Officer Reich, I presume. You've made a mistake. I'm not Overman.
Link, we can't let him escape.
What the hell is going on? Reich seems pretty cut up about it. But he's given me two leads. Overman and Link.
Ja, das ist schon ein bisschen blutig, wa? Einfach mal in zwei geteilt hier. Aber wir müssen ihn leider ein bisschen untersuchen.
He was carrying an ID card. The card may be useful. And I'll take his dark glasses, too. We're way up in the clouds, Joey. We need to find a way to the ground.
Ja, dann werden wir uns mal auf den Weg machen, ne? Werden mal so ein bisschen uns mal umschauen, was hier so los ist. Sicherheitsoffizier.
What's going on?
Security alert. Interlevel movement is suspended.
Tell him you've got a gun, Rob.
Did your vacuum cleaner speak?
You imagined it.
That's possible. I have been feeling kind of stressed.
Probably the long hours you work.
You're right. And the awesome responsibility.
You need therapy and jelly babies.
Take that thing away, or I'll blow its boards out.
When will the movement ban be lifted?
When Link is satisfied that the threat has been removed.
I have to get to ground level.
Sorry to disappoint you, sir, but nobody's going anywhere.
You're doing a grand job, officer.
Move along now.
So, wir werden jetzt schon mal was vorbereiten für später.
I've loosened the nut.
Ja, müssen wir nochmal machen.
I've loosened the nut. Can't reach the switches. What a waste of energy.
Leave that alone. You trying to kill yourself?
Try pressing the button on the right.
Oh.
Open up that control panel.
Can't be done.
How do you know? You haven't even tried.
If you look at it, you'll find it's locked.
Excuse me.
Yep. What do you want? Speak up.
I'm here to inspect the plant.
Oh, I'm allergic to plants. They give me sores and boils.
I meant the power plant.
Well, what's stopping ya? Who are you anyway?
My name's Foster.
Stay away from him, Rob. He's a human bomb.
What are you talking about?
He's got a fuse in his mouth.
That's a cigarette. He's inhaling the smoke for pleasure.
Get serious, Foster.
Has security been through here?
Yes, they have. Not a moment's peace. Did they find the Sabs yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I hope they string 'em up.
Who do these Sabs represent?
You what? I said, you what? Another corporation, you thick-wit. Hobart, our biggest rivals.
You mean we're at war with them?
Economically we are, and they're winning.
How come?
By flooding the market with gimmicky garbage.
Don't you ever do any work?
Can't you see I'm trying to sleep?
Do you know a guy called Overman?
Nah, never heard of him.
What's your opinion of the council?
They're doing a grand job.
I want to get out of the city.
You what? What do you want to do that for, eh?
I don't belong here.
Where do you belong then?
I'm from the wilderness.
The Gap, you mean? Bloody awful place, full of mutants.
Have you ever been there?
Not me. I don't want to get contaminated.
Okay, wirklich hilfreich war er jetzt nicht. Außer, dass er nicht zum Gap will. Ja, es sind noch viele Bezeichnungen hier, die für uns dort sehr, sehr unbekannt sind. Gerade auch ein Link. Da steht was in der Retro Gamer 4 2020. Da gibt es einen richtig schönen Bericht über Beneath Us the Sky und auch um die Fortsetzung Beyond Us the Sky. Sollte man sich mal vielleicht mal durchlesen. Ist jetzt natürlich schon ein paar Tage alt. Aber ich liebe halt diese alten Retro-Spieler, diese alten Retro-Zeitschriften. Ja, das ist absolut großartig.
Yes. I'd like to...
Is this regarding a domestic incident? I've been transferred from domestics. I have this tendency to get emotionally involved. You're too sensitive, Sam. It's my nature, Norville.
It's not about a domestic.
That's a relief.
Do you know a guy called Overman?
Never heard of him.
I'd like to join the security services.
Are you kidding? You mean you're volunteering?
That's right. I heard it's a great life.
It is, but you're not hard enough. You've got to have tattoos and stuff.
Ich hab's jetzt gerade gefunden hier. Also Link bedeutet Logical Interneural Connection. Ja, also Link abgekürzt, künstliche Intelligenz. Also auch schon damals, ja, 1993 waren sie halt schon so weit gewesen, ja, mit künstlicher Intelligenz und alles. Was heute jetzt eigentlich erst im großen Kommen ist, hat man schon damals sehr vermutet. Das ist genauso wie der Film Zurück in die Zukunft halt, ne? Die waren eigentlich schon so modern gewesen.
Never mind.
Yes?
I'd like a few answers.
Yes?
How do I get down to ground level? Who is Overman?
You can get information from the Link terminal. Just who are you, anyway?
I'm here to inspect the building.
Yes?
That's right. Routine inspection.
Yes? Heard anything about an inspection, Sam? What kind of an inspection, Norville? A routine inspection. Routine, huh? Phew, that's unusual. It's not convenient right now. Quit pestering me when I'm busy.
Mhm. Wenn du das sagst. Sieht sehr beschäftigt aus, der arme Mann. So, dann gehen wir mal weiter. So, hier geht's runter. Hier steht's auch Link, ne?
An elevator to a lower level. Couldn't open that, even with a crowbar. Either it's the wrong card, or the elevator's not working. Which means I'm trapped. It's a computer terminal. With the
Oh.
Nothing happens.
Versehentlich weggeklickt.
How can we get off this level, Joey?
We need to find an elevator. Unless you're prepared to jump.
A loose cable. Now that could be very useful. I can't reach the cable. That chopper's a write-off.
Oh, Mann.
That chopper's... I was lucky to get out alive. What happened here?
Sabotage chopper crashed. Destroyed the hospital.
A hospital? That's tragic.
Could have been worse. It almost hit the factory.
When will this wreckage be cleared?
When the cleanup crew arrive. Walkway is off limits. You'll have to take the elevator down to Bellevue.
It's not working.
Too bad.
You're not very helpful.
It's not in my nature to help people.
In that case, why did you join security?
My mother talked me into it. I wanted to work with animals. Always fancied vivisection.
Do you mind if I watch?
There's nothing much to see. They've already scraped out the remains of the crew.
Were there any survivors?
Yeah. The dirty sab who caused the crash. But Captain Reich will deal with him. He's a living legend among security men.
So you reckon it was sabotage?
Things don't crash without a reason. I don't want to be a scaremonger, but it was probably the work of crazes from Hobart.
Never mind.
Ja, Hobart scheint ja diese andere Firma zu sein, die ja scheinbar gegen uns konkurriert hier. Wahrscheinlich hier dieses... diese günstige Variante. Vielleicht lernen wir dazu noch irgendwas.
It's a robot welder. Joey would love that shell. There's no access to his insides. What are you doing?
I'm checking the pipes. They have to be perfect.
That's ridiculous. If they have to be perfect, they should be checked by a robot.
What's that?
He's my mechanoid chum Joey.
It's cute. Does it do tricks?
Not really. He just follows me around. And gets in my way. How do I get down to ground level?
Take the elevator. Or the big jump if you're desperate.
The elevator's not working.
Oh, great. Lamb will be furious if he can't get down to Bellevue for his lunch.
Has security been in here?
Yeah, they really stirred up. Think they were looking for someone. Look, I'm not supposed to talk to you.
Why not?
Supervisor's orders.
I'm transferring you, lass.
I wish you wouldn't call me that. My name is Anita.
Don't answer back, woman. Report to the testing room immediately. What are you doing here? Do you know who I am, lad?
I've no idea. I don't work here.
I'm Gilbert Lamb, the supervisor.
Mind if I look around?
I certainly do. Who are you?
Security. Looking for a fugitive.
This factory's been searched already. He's not here.
Can't be too careful.
Just don't interfere with production. What's that robot doing here?
He's my personal assistant. Say hello, Joey.
Hello, Joey.
Pity he's got no brain.
Ja, sehr sympathischer Kerl, der Mr. Lamb hier. Lassen ihn erstmal kurz ziehen. Warte mal, schauen uns noch erstmal das Terminal an.
The display is incomprehensible. I don't understand it at all. Never mind.
Hey,
My mistake. Thought it was the John.
it's the storeroom for robots only. Lamb doesn't trust humans to go in there, even though there's nothing worth pinching.
Excuse me. Any intruders to report?
No, sir. Hey, just a minute. Who are you?
Safety inspector.
Not again. If there's been a breach of regulations, see Lamb about it. He's responsible for safety.
Don't you get bored working here?
Well, not me. I like my job.
What's so good about it?
With this clipboard for starters. Look at the finish on that plastic.
Lovely piece of lamination.
Isn't it just?
I can tell you're proud of it.
Oh, yes. They don't make clipboards like this anymore.
How do I get off this level?
Well, I hear there's been a crash. So access to High Green is cut off. You'll have to use the elevator.
What can you tell me about the council?
I used to think they did a great job. But since they promoted Lamb, I've had my doubts.
Do you know a guy called Overman?
I don't think so. He certainly doesn't work here.
Okay, also dieser Overman, der scheint ziemlich unbekannt zu sein. Da werden wir jetzt erstmal nichts finden.
I want you to check out the storeroom.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. There could be something useful in there.
Don't count on it.
Aber das ist schon krass, ne? Also was die innerhalb von einem Jahr noch dazugelernt haben. Das ist halt ein komplett anderes Spiel als Lure of the Temptress. Und das mag ich halt so, weißt du, wenn du jetzt so eine ganze Geschichte jetzt verfolgen kannst von 1992 bis 2020, denn ja, also bis zu ihrem letzten Spiel, was sie veröffentlicht haben. Ich meine, 2024 kam ja das Remake dann raus von Baphomets Fluch 1, was absolut großartig war. Ja, also ich lieb's. Sowieso, ja, Baphomets Fluch für mich eines der großartigsten Spiele, die es gibt halt.
Find anything useful in the stores?
No, but there's a fuse box on the wall, connected to the alarm system.
Can you disconnect it?
Sorry, no can do.
Okay.
That's really put a wrench in the works.
Oh, no. Production stopped. You wouldn't know anything about it, would you?
Me? I'm no technician.
Me neither. Lamb will go crazy. Can't you do anything to help me?
I could get my robot pal to look at it.
No, thanks. In my experience, robots spell trouble. Oh, well. I'll pretend I didn't notice it.
So, dann wollen sie wieder mit.
I'll keep this wrench. It's really useful.
Musste mich aber erstmal dran gewöhnen, ne, an dieses Setting halt, ne? Also Lure of the Temptress spielt ja nun im Mittelalter. Jetzt sind wir ja doch relativ weit in der Zukunft. Das ist halt schon ein Gefühl was anderes halt, ne?
I've loosened the robot's shell. Do you want a new shell, Joey?
Do you mean that welder?
That's right. You like it?
I'll say. It's the mutt's nuts. Excellent.
How do you like the new shell?
It's sleek. Can't wait to use the welder.
You be careful with that thing. If I want you to use it, I'll tell you.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
And cut that out!
Okay. So, Joey ist geupgradet worden.
Go and disable the fuse box in the stores.
I could melt through it with my welder.
Wouldn't that be dangerous?
Very, but I'm feeling reckless. And welding is fun.
Take care, Joey.
Schweiß bringt Laune.
Look through to another.
Das
It's
zum
a
Beispiel
heavy metal flap.
habe ich beim ersten Mal komplett übersehen. Seht ihr das? Hier ist was ganz Kleines. WD-40 Spray. Der Schlüssel hat den Aufdruck Bollwerk. Die Dose enthält WD-40, die universale Reinigungs- und Schmierflüssigkeit.
Give me an analysis, Joey. I think it's putty.
You're wrong. That's plastic explosive.
Liegt der einfach so mitten auf dem Boden rum. Ja, wie gesagt, wenn du das nicht gleich siehst, dann kann man da schon eine Weile suchen.
Don't move. I have to search you.
Do I have to strip off?
Definitely not. There's a limit to how far I'm going to look.
Hey, that tickles.
Open up that coat. Why are you carrying that crowbar?
It's got sentimental value. My mother gave it to me.
Is that a wrench?
I carry it for luck.
You're a walking toolbox. Blimey. Smart shades.
You can have them if you like.
Really? Oh, I could fix them with sticky tape. Is that a can of lubricant?
Yes. One squirt is just the job. I'd never be without a can of lubricant.
You are now. 'Cause that can is mine. What the hell is that?
It's a sausage sandwich.
Can I have it for my lunch?
You're welcome.
You nicked that key, didn't you? Thank you for your cooperation. By the way, that sweater you're wearing.
Don't laugh at my sweater.
I'm not. I think it's brilliant. Will you swap it for my clipboard?
Not in a million years.
Ja, hat er uns komplett ausgenommen. Ja, jetzt haben wir nichts mehr. Weder das WD-40 noch sonst irgendwas.
Hey, you'll need a rad suit if you're going in there.
Hey, what do you mean? This one is totally rad.
I mean protective clothing.
Okay. Aber hier fehlt tatsächlich wirklich so eine Remaster-Version nochmal. Würde ja wahrscheinlich schon reichen, wenn man es genauso macht wie bei Baphomets Fluch 2, denn dem Remaster. Ja, er versucht natürlich über den Lifter, der funktioniert nicht. Sind ja auch nicht durchgekommen.
Fancy doing some welding, Joey?
You bet. I want some action. Who's the victim?
You can't go using your welder on people.
Oh yeah? Who says?
Asimov's laws of robotics.
That's fiction, Foster. It's just something some guy made up.
It's sound moral sense. Anyway, what I had in mind was that cable.
This sounds like a job for Captain Welder.
Hey, Lamb. Do you know a guy called Overman?
Doberman? No, I don't.
What do you do for entertainment around here?
If I'm looking for entertainment, I go home and watch a video.
When will the elevator be repaired?
I don't know. Security have disabled the elevator. I thought you said you work for security.
I'm in a different department. We'll probably have to wait until the intruder has been captured.
That could take all day. I shall register a complaint. The council shall hear of this.
Hey, Lamb. Is your coat made of real fur?
That's right, real beaver fur. made from the last 10 beavers in the world. Do you like it?
It's disgusting and immoral.
You're one of those soft sentimentalists, aren't you? Well, I couldn't give a damn about beavers.
What does your factory produce?
Pipes, ducts, and conduits.
Anything important?
What do you think this city is built on?
Human endeavor?
Oh, aye, but I'm talking about pipes. Think of all the things they're used for.
Like sewers, you mean?
Let me tell you something, lad. Pipes are the arteries of this mighty erection. The veins through which its lifeblood pumps. And I am proud, proud to serve the corporation.
I suppose somebody has to be. See you later.
Okay. So ein Biberfellpilz da. So, Joey, komm mal mit hier. Ich brauch dich jetzt. Wir werden uns jetzt mal um den Strom für den Fahrstuhl kümmern. Da wäre nichts machen können, da der die ganze Zeit pennt hier.
Try pressing the button again.
Now you've done it, mate. I'll have to fetch old Hobbins. And you'd better stay here in case there's an explosion.
So, werden wir jetzt den Wachs nehmen. So. Das sollte alles gewesen sein. Sieht gut aus. Warten wir jetzt mal auf Joey.
Come on, Joey.
So, nehmen wir uns mal das Kabel mit. Hier sieht das schon mal ein bisschen freundlicher aus.
This card doesn't work on this elevator. It's the elevator to ground level. I can't open the door with my hands.
Okay.
I wonder what's kept in there. It's empty.
It's empty.
Hey, Lamb. Hello, Supervisor.
Oh, it's you. I didn't expect to meet you here. How did you gain access to this level?
I took the elevator, same as you.
You're not following me, are you?
I've got better things to do with my time. Is this where you live?
Yes, this is Bellevue.
Very nice.
Living here makes my job more bearable. But how I wish I could get away sometimes. What I need is a holiday. A break from all this managerial responsibility.
Bet you're wondering who fixed the elevator.
Whoever it was, he gets my thanks.
Actually, it was me.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you? You can't pull the wool over my eyes.
I thought you'd be grateful.
Gratitude is for folk who accept charity, lad. I've no time for sponges and scroungers.
Knorrer und Schmarotzer. Miau. Eine Videokassette, Bücherschrank, Bilder. Monitor, Maschine. Hier ist der Videorekorder. Ja, gemütlicher das hier.
G. Lamb. It's that supervisor's apartment. S. Reich. So this is where he lived.
Reichmunter.
Hi, my name's Foster. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gallagher. What's going on in this city? Something wonderful. Tell me about it, please. I can't do that. Everything will become apparent when the time is right. What are you doing? Just watching and waiting? What for? I won't know until it happens. I guess not. Are you feeling all right? Never felt better. You look depressed. Don't worry about me. You've got enough to worry about. What do you mean? Who are you? It's too early to tell. I'm newborn. Too much in flux. I don't understand. Do you always talk in riddles? I don't think I do. Maybe it's your perception that's at fault. Maybe your interpretation of what I say differs from the intent of what I mean. Maybe. Can you direct me to the ground level? You're a social transcender. Going up in this world means going down. It's all a question of status. Doesn't look very comfortable. I'm too busy to sit down. It's a food dispenser. It must be empty. The poor fish will be hungry. It's not switched on. It doesn't work. The power must be off. That fish must get very bored with its little world. I better not touch. It might bite. It shows different kinds of fish. Right. It's a picture of hills covered with white stuff. Union City Fish Fanciers Club. Third prize, tropical mutant category. Nothing in there but a dirty tissue.
Diese Zeitschrift heißt der monatliche Nacho-Biker. Auf dem Titelbild ist ein Mann im Streckenverband. Alright. Eine Zeitschrift haben wir jetzt hier aufgesammelt. Aber manchmal ist es schon schön, wenn du mal keine Musik hast. So. Weißt du, wenn du halt nur so ein paar Geräusche hast, so sowas im Hintergrund. Aber es sollte bei euch eigentlich relativ leise sein, die Musik. Ich hoffe, dass ich jetzt persönlich jetzt nicht wieder zu laut bin. Immer schwierig mit dem Abmischen der älteren Spiele.
Hi, who are you?
Can't you tell? I'm Mr. Cool. And you're encroaching on my personal space.
How can I get out of the city?
Have you thought about defecation?
Don't you mean defection?
What? Isn't that what I said?
I asked you about leaving the city, not bodily processes.
You're not making sense. And anyway, you can't leave the city. There's a restriction on travel.
That sure is a smart coat.
Yeah, cool, ain't it? It makes yours look like really shabby.
Where I come from, it's the height of fashion.
Oh, where would that be?
The wild open spaces, where people know the true meaning of freedom.
I'd sooner die than dress like that.
There are more important things than fashion.
Only one I know of, and that's poise. And you've got the poise of a wildebeest on a waltzer.
Ja, crazy Typ, wirklich. Das ist auch cool, ne? Dass wir verschiedene Ebenen haben, so praktisch. Einmal vorne, einmal hinten. Wo wir dann dementsprechend auch langlaufen können.
If that's art, I must be missing something. The anchor is firmly attached to the statue. A guy in a rubber raincoat carrying an anchor. It shows the state of business, and it doesn't look good. Hello.
Hi. You look like a man who needs insurance, yeah? Can I interest you in this? A rogue robot policy.
I've never heard of that before.
It's a safeguard against the possibility of your robot turning on you.
Joey would never do that.
Aha! So you think. Surveys show that 42% of all domestic droid owners are worried about the risk of attack.
This is bullshit, Foster. Don't listen to that moron.
Nasty temper that robot's got, yeah?
Tell me more about the policy.
All you have to do is sign a form. We'll do a probability estimate and give you the results next month.
How come it takes so long?
We have to strip the robot down and analyze each component.
I do not want him handling my parts, Foster.
Now I'm definitely not interested.
Tell you what, take time to consider it, yeah?
Can you help me get to ground level?
Ah, what you need is travel insurance, yeah?
Just to use an elevator?
Hey man, those things are death traps, yeah? Our policy gives you cover for all elevator-related situations.
Tell me more.
You'll be covered against vertigo, injuries caused by faulty doors, fellow passengers with flatulence.
What about being trapped in an elevator? I hate confined spaces.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's your problem. Maybe a shrink could help you?
Das Witzige ist, in der englischen Version steht da, das ist ihr Problem. Hier in der deutschen Übersetzung heißt es, es ist unser Problem. Das ist total falsch eigentlich.
Why did you choose a career in insurance?
With a name like mine, it was my destiny. I'm Billy Anchor, yeah?
Bet that caused problems at school.
It certainly did. No joke being first on the register, yeah?
Do you have a client called Overman?
I'll check the computer files. Do you know the first name?
No.
Do you know the address?
No.
Do you know what sex this person is?
Well, presumably he's male.
At last, we're getting somewhere. Now, what is his link status?
I haven't a clue.
Never mind. I'll try a search anyway. Name, Overman. Address, unknown. Sex, male, possibly. No, there's no Overman on my records.
Do you have a client called Reich?
Can't you get the information from Link?
I prefer dealing with people.
Let's get this straight. You'd rather talk to me than use a terminal?
Yes. Is there something wrong with that?
Oh no. We're going to get along fine, yeah? Reich, huh? What's his first name?
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Thought you said he was your friend. I've got hundreds of Reichs on my files.
Gut, er kann uns auch nicht helfen.
Never mind.
Never mind. So, benutzen wir die Karte mal mit dem Terminal. So persönliches. So, Reich Steffen. Bellevue Gardens 2291, Kontostand 6000, Linkstatus 5, letzte Transaktion, Franks exotischer Fischladen, Holroyds Motordienst und der Anarcho-Biker Abo für $12. Sorgen Sie sich um Ihre Zukunft. Wir bieten Versicherungspolicen, die Ihren Status absichern. Ankerversicherung, Kommissar Row, Bellevue 2282. Warum wird Betty von allem bewundert? Was sie trägt, ist der allerletzte Schrei. Implantiert Kunsthartlippen, Haus von Marat, grüne Anhöhe. Der Club im Park, St. James. Wir werden es spüren, wenn sie da sind. Sie sind angekommen, St. James Club. Argwöhnisch gegenüber Ihre Nachbarn, machen Sie Ihre Paranoia zu Geld. Kontakt Nachbarschaftsüberwachung, Sicherheitsdienst 826. Beeindrucken Sie Ihre Bekannten mit unseren Accessoires. Burgs Biochirurgie, Bellevue, Horstum 224. Union City, schon wieder die Irren aus Hobart. Es wurde gemeldet, dass die Einspeisung eines unbekannten Virus in das Linksystem auf das Konto von linksgerichteten Aktivisten aus Hobart City geht. Zu schnell gelesen. Zahl der Einbruchsdiebstähle steigt an. Die Entwendung von Kleidungsgegenständen aus einem Büro in Wilberforce Park treibt die Zahl der registrierten Fälle in diesem Monat auf 7. Sei wachsam. Embargo zwingend zur Rationierung. Aufgrund des kürzlich auferlegten Handelsembargos sind Maßnahmen zur Rationierung der Nahrungsversorgung ergriffen worden. Der Tagessatz für Arbeiter mit einem Status von unter 3 ist um 40% reduziert worden. Wahnsinn. Richter weist Jugend in ihre Schranken. Pläne zur Bekämpfung der Verbrechensszene im East Park Block haben die Zustimmung bei Link gefunden. Richter Chutney, der Mann hinter den neuen Gesetzen, beschreibt diese harten Maßnahmen als längst überfällig. $2000 wegen Recyclingprodukten. Dem Besitzer eines Burgerbar in Otomo wurde eine Geldstrafe von $2000 auferlegt, da er Nahrungsmittel vertrieb, die gegen die offiziellen Bestimmungen verstießen. Grausiger Fund in der Recyclinganlage. Die Leiche von Sicherheitsoffizier Reich wurde heute im Horstturm der Recyclinganlage entdeckt. Der Mord wird mit der Sabotage eines Sicherheitsfahrzeugs durch hobartsche Terroristen in Verbindung gebracht. Und sie haben ihn gefunden. Netzhautabtastung. Fehler bei der Netzhautabtastung. Okay. Link bedankt sich.
big female robot with a welding torch.
Der Schweißflamme.
What a dump. I wouldn't want to go there. It's a wooden case with lots of little compartments. It's a painting of how things used to look. Bigger than the one I had as a kid. I used to play with it for hours. Hello.
Welcome to Trevor's Travel Company. Where do you want to go?
Can you get me to ground level?
Sure, on one of my luxury air-coach tours.
Coach travel makes me sick.
Me too. I prefer to keep my wheels on the ground.
What kind of tours do you offer?
Well, there's a wide choice. The Grand City Tour, the Economy City Tour, and the Mystery Tour.
What's the mystery tour?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a mystery.
How do I know it's not a rip-off?
That's the chance you have to take.
What's the difference between grand and economy?
The Economy Tour is cheaper. Exactly the same itinerary, but less prestigious.
Book me on the economy tour.
I'll make your reservation. You can pick up the ticket in a month or two.
Can't I have the ticket now?
Sorry, there's a waiting list.
Is there anything you'd swap for a ticket?
I doubt if you've anything which interests me.
Do you know a guy called Overman?
Never heard of him.
Go on. Give me a ticket.
I told you, there's a waiting list.
It doesn't matter. Would you swap a ticket for this magazine?
You mean it? Of course I will. It's the T.E. Lawrence Collector's Issue. I've been looking for that for years.
Sehr gut, dann haben wir das Ticket. Alright. Aber Joey kann eigentlich schnell unten bleiben. Den brauchen wir jetzt hier oben nicht. Obwohl, warte. Können auch hier warten. Warten jetzt nämlich auf den... Ah, da ist er, ja.
Hey, Lamb. See you later. Hey, Lamb. Would you like this ticket?
What's it for, lad?
A tour. Wouldn't you like a holiday?
You're right. I really deserve a break. You know, I'm so touched. I'm going to give you something in return.
I was kind of hoping you might.
Something you'll look back on for the rest of your life.
Yeah?
Aye, lad. A tour of my factory.
Oh, great.
Meet me there. You're in for a treat.
Hey, Lamb. When do I get the tour you promised me?
Well, there's no time like the present. We'll start right now. Now, take a look at this machine. This machine measures the internal bore of the pipes. Accurate to 20 decimal places, whatever that means. Impressive, isn't it? All those numbers. I'm sure they mean something. Follow me. I'll show you the next section. This machine is supposed to drive the conveyor, but it's not bloody working. Heads will roll for this. Foreman Potts, why has this machine stopped?
Stopped? I've been so busy I didn't notice.
Can't I trust you with anything? Look after my desk, Potts. I'll have to leave you to show yourself around.
So, wenn wir mal mit Lahmarsch reden.
Excuse me. Aren't you gonna mend the conveyor?
That's not my job. My job is to record figures.
But everything's stopped.
My clipboard still works.
But what about the pipes?
What pipes?
The ones on the conveyor belt.
That's a special order. And I can't talk about it.
Top secret, huh?
That's right.
Mind if I look around?
Since you're a friend of Lamb's, you can go where you like. But I'd stay clear of the reactor if I was you. Unless you're wearing some protection.
I feel an overwhelming urge to open these lockers. What are you doing now?
Checking for cracks with X-rays. You shouldn't be here without a protective suit.
You're not wearing one.
Lamb told me I didn't qualify. As I'm a D-Link, and a woman.
What's so special about these pipes?
I'm not sure, but the dimensions of the bore must conform to precise specifications.
All that effort for a bit of plumbing?
It's suspicious, isn't it?
Perhaps they're part of a giant weapon.
Oh, come on, that's a bit far-fetched.
What are you doing after work?
What did you have in mind?
Well, an evening at the theater, a walk by the lake in the moonlight, and to finish, a candlelit supper.
Sounds great. But first I'll have to get decontaminated.
Another time, perhaps. What's your opinion of Lamb?
I'm a D-Link. I'm not entitled to an opinion. But to be honest, I think he's a turd.
What's a D-Link?
D-Link is the lowest social category. When your link status is 0, you forfeit all rights and your freedom to move about the city. How come you didn't know that?
I'm an outsider from the Gap.
So it's you security are after. You won't get far without an ID card.
Ah, I managed to find one.
I bet it won't get you to ground level, though. You'll need a link status of 8 or more.
I have to get to ground level.
Look, I really sympathise with you. I could give you my jammer.
What's a jammer?
Bypass software. Highly illegal. It gets you past the retina scan to security files.
That's a start. Can you let me have the jammer?
Give me your ID card.
Here's my card.
Thanks. This won't take long.
What are you doing?
Downloading the jammer to your card. There, it's done.
Don't worry. I'll fix everything.
You're taking a huge risk.
No problem. I'll get us both back on Link's files. How come you were made a D-Link?
I was caught hacking into Link.
Why did you do that?
There are areas in Link space used by security. I was trying to discover what they're up to.
What do you mean by Link space?
The word inside the computer's memory. The abstract projection of Link circuits and databanks.
Will the jammer get me into Link space?
No, the only access is through the special interface. There's just one little problem. You'll need to get a Schreiberman port.
How do I get a Schreiberman port?
Well, you'll have to undergo surgery.
I need that like I need a hole in the head.
The Schreiberman port is a hole in the head.
Does Link have any internal security?
Well, there'll be foils, naturally.
What are they?
Intrusion foil programs.
Are they dangerous?
Well, standard IFPs are simply deterrents. But some high-level foils can be lethal.
What do you know about the Council?
It was one of the Council who came up with the plan to bond his mind with Link. And ever since then, things have been getting weird.
See you later.
So, jetzt haben wir ein bisschen was dazugelernt. Was das Ganze mit dem D-Link so auf sich hat und alles was mit dem Status und so weiter und so fort halt, weil sie eine Frau ist. Also Charles hat auch gesagt, dass man hier auch versucht hat, viele Themen halt auch anzusprechen, gerade was sowas angeht halt, mit diesen ganzen Arbeiten, dieses Leben hier auf diesen Etagen, die Reichen und die Armen und die ganz normalen Arbeiter halt. Da ist ja auf viele Themen ist er da eingegangen. Muss auch sagen, ist ihm sehr gut gelungen. Also teilweise fühlt man manchmal auch mit den Personen, denn ja, wenn man auf jeden Fall das zum ersten Mal dann hört.
Where can I get a Schreiberman port?
What's that?
An interface which allows humans to talk to computers.
Like a mouse, you mean?
No, it's a surgically implanted slot.
Say, I've heard of those things. They give them to perverts, don't they? Are you a pervert?
Certainly not.
You sure look like one.
Sehr interessante Bilder im Hintergrund.
Good grief, it's positively pornographic. Naked people with extra parts. The things folk do for fashion.
Ja, wie gesagt, mir fällt halt ein, dass ich auch mal Larry spielen wollte, die ganze
Those
Zeit.
breasts are never natural.
Das ist nicht echt.
Bet those muscles are artificially developed. A nose like that would be great for tracking. I wouldn't bare my bum if it looked like that. It's as immovable as a stain on my conscience. This door has no handles or means of opening it.
Welcome to Burke's Biosurgery. How may I help you?
What services do you provide?
A complete range of fash ops. From personal piercing to cosmetic transplants.
Do people have ops to be fashionable?
Certainly. Can you think of a better reason?
What about medical purposes?
Our clients are rich enough not to need medical treatment.
Would you let me in for a fashion op?
Do you have an appointment?
No, I don't.
Too bad. You should have booked.
I want a Schreiberman port.
Your name, please?
Robert Foster.
There's little chance of seeing the doctor.
Why not?
I have instructions not to disturb him. Unless you wish to pay cash, of course.
Do you think I need a doctor, Joey?
We could both use an overhaul.
I hope I can get that Schreiberman port.
You'll be lucky. I don't think they offer serious surgery.
Try talking to that hologram, Joey.
What for?
I need to see the doctor, and she won't let me in.
What shall I say to her?
Use your natural charm on her.
I've got an idea. I'll try the subtle approach. Hey, you! Open that door!
I take my orders from Dr. Burke.
I take mine from Oberman.
Oh, why didn't you say so before?
Good grief. It's a guy with his skin cut off. It's an old phrenological diagram. A diagnostic computer. If I sniff that, I might end up like the doctor. A body scanner. Poor devil.
Hello there.
You're conscious.
Oh, yes.
You don't look so good.
Well, thanks very much. Full marks for your bedside manner. Have you brought me any grapes?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Grapes make me feel quite squeamish. They remind me of eyeballs.
I'm trying to escape from the city.
Is that so?
I need a Schriebman port.
You don't need a surgeon. You need your head examined.
Do you know anyone called Overman?
I've never heard of him.
I have to go now.
Drop by again sometime.
Excuse me.
Don't make me jump like that.
Sorry, didn't realize you were busy.
Just practicing. I like to keep my hand in. What can I do for you?
I need a Schriebman port.
Really? Do you have sufficient credit?
All I've got are the clothes I'm wearing.
In that case, you require the easy pay scheme.
Yes, that sounds perfect.
Kidney, lung, or testicles?
What?
Which organ do you wish to sell?
I'm not selling anything.
No parts, no port. Send in the next customer.
Excuse me. Maybe I wouldn't miss a kidney.
I'll have to run some tests. Stand behind the scanner, please. Turn around, please. I can't use either of them.
Why not?
They're too good to sell at second hand. I'd have to overprice myself to be profitable.
You make money by trading people's organs?
What else would I do with them?
Open a restaurant? Excuse me. I suppose I could spare a lung.
Let's have a look at them first.
On the scanner?
Yes, please. Hold still, please. Has someone been experimenting on you?
Why do you ask that?
I've never seen a body quite like yours before. I'm afraid I can't use them.
Is there something wrong? Tell me, Doc. I can take it.
You're simply too healthy. Most bodies would reject your organs.
Excuse me. I guess I've no choice, Doc. I'll have to sell you my...
It's not as bad as you think. When I said I'd take your testes, I meant after your death.
That's a great consolation.
All I require from you now is your consent. Take a seat, please.
Do you use local anesthetic?
Oh no, it doesn't hurt. Any more than having your ears pierced.
In that case, I need a general anesthetic.
You now have a Schriebman port. You may experience headaches, but don't worry, it's quite normal.
Excuse me. Your receptionist certainly is strange.
That's my wife you're talking about.
You're married to a hologram?
She wasn't a hologram when we wed. She died last year, but I decided to keep her.
Doesn't the fact that she's dead distress you?
No. She's a lot less trouble than when she was alive.
Can you get me to ground level, Doc?
I have my reputation to consider. If you're determined, you might ask my friend Willy. Just tell him I sent you. He has a rather special policy.
I've had a bad knock on the head.
Any after effects?
Yeah, pain.
Impairment of vision?
I keep seeing flying saucers.
Any dizziness?
Yeah, I can hardly stand.
You know, I get exactly the same myself. I wish I knew what causes it.
Thanks again for the port, Doc.
It's a pleasure to do business with you.
Ja. Sind wir jetzt hier noch beim Organhandel hier nochmal reingeplatzt hier. Aber wir haben unseren Port jetzt. Sehr gut. Und wir sollen zu Willy. Das ist unsere aktuelle Aufgabe. Und weil er ja von Police gesprochen hat, wissen wir ja wohin. Mal gucken, ob er uns da irgendwie helfen kann jetzt. Schon crazy alles. Düt. Don't get washed away. Get an anchor, police.
It shows the state of business, and it doesn't look good.
Och, wo bleibt er denn? Da ist er.
I want one of your special policies.
Who sent you?
Dr. Burke.
The ghoul, huh? He's cool. So, how can I help you?
Can you get me out of the city?
It's dangerous. Are you sure you've got the balls?
That's a delicate subject.
Wait here. I have to make a call.
Can you interface with that computer, Joey?
I could if I wanted to.
I'm asking you to do it.
Correction. You're ordering me to do it.
Don't be pedantic. Just do it.
What am I searching for?
Anything on Overman for a start.
This directory is a hopeless mess. I'm going to reorganize his hard drive. That's better. There's nothing on Overman, though.
Also kann ich ihn jetzt nicht mehr ansprechen?
Any luck with your contact?
Security have put a hold on comms. Seems there's a saboteur on the loose.
Could you try your contact again?
I suppose so. Wait here.
Use your welder on that statue, Joey.
What for?
That anchor could be useful.
I'm always ready for a spot of welding.
Sehr gut. Da haben wir den Anker. Warten wir jetzt auf Joey.
Come on, Joey.
Also ist ja auch der Wachposten weg hier.
This could be the most stupid thing I've ever done. Belongs to someone called Goddard.
Goddard?
No name on this one.
Okay.
Lovecraft's locker.
Ah, Lovecraft.
Ultar, written in crayon.
Na, Ultar kennen wir ja aus Lure of the Temptress, ne? Das war ja der mit dem Drachen. Und Ultar kennen wir natürlich auch aus Baphomets Fluch.
Reich. It's locked. Belongs to someone called Cole.
Ah, Cole. Na gut. So. Dann nehmen wir jetzt die Karte, schmeißen die hier in den Schlitz.
It's the link interface. And I don't like the look of it at all.
So, jetzt wird's abgefahren. Sieht spannend aus. So. Ja, wir haben jetzt hier oben trennen, öffnen, Dokument, Sharon und nochmal ein Dokument. Was haben wir hier? So, unbekanntes Format, 13K unbekannt, Urheber, Datei unlesbar, Datenformat nicht erkannt. Ja, dann nimm das mal mit. Komprimierte Daten. So, dann gehen wir mal zum Ausgang. Eine Reisetasche. So, Verzeichnis. Union Sicherheit ID. So, jetzt gehen wir hier oben. Öffnen. Und die Reisetasche. Vergrößerungsglas. So, Quick Decrypt 33K. Urheber Oris und Werner Union Labors. Eine Entschlüsselungsroutine für alle Standard UCSI-Dateien. Und hier haben wir eine Überraschung. Überraschung. The Wild Boys. Ultimative Dekompressionsroutine für alle ernstzunehmenden Systemserver. Na, dann nehmen wir uns das mal hier alles mit hier. So, jetzt haben wir hier die Lupe. Damit können wir jetzt nämlich jetzt die Dokumente jetzt hier entschlüsseln. Entschlüsselt und entschlüsselt. Gut, jetzt haben wir hier nämlich was zum Knobeln. Trennen. Sharon. Komprimierte Dateien. Achso, hier. Dekomprimieren, genau. So, Passwort. Okay, das bringt uns gar nichts. So, dann nehmen wir hier erstmal Rot. Nee. Hä? Ach doch, ja. So, Passwort. Eine Büste. Phoenix-Programm 64K, C-Gray, Unionssicherheit, eingeschränkte Verwendung, nur in Übereinstimmung mit Link-Anweisung 889. Was haben wir hier im Buch? C-Gray, Unionssicherheit, Textdatei. Dann werden wir das hier gleich mal entschlüsseln. Das war's. Aha. So, nochmal runter. Sehr gut. So, das hatten wir uns ja, glaube ich, hier schon alles durchgelesen, ne? Reich, genau, das hatten wir alles. Bei der 4 müsste sich jetzt was geändert haben. Zack, Netzhaut. So, Dokumente. Die konnte man nämlich alle nicht lesen. So, Spezialagent Nummer V088 H2 Reich, Subjekt Overman R, Mutternummer VP06N9 Piero Maria, geboren in Hobart, Kind entzogen nach illegitimem Fluchtversuch in Richtung Hobart, Abbruch des Flugs im Gap, kein Kind an Absturzstelle gefunden. Overman unter allen Umständen zu Link zurückbringen. Subjekt trägt jetzt den Namen Foster. Spezialagent Nummer Lamp. Keine Berechtigung für Erhöhung des Status und Beförderung zum Aufseher. Verdacht auf illegale Manipulation. Maßnahme Überwachungsstufe 3. So, was haben wir hier? Spezialagent Nummer Subjekt. Der Überbringer ist zum Gebrauch berechtigt. Phoenix-Status wird in der Versammlung durch Ermittlungen außer Kraft gesetzt. Sicherheitsdienst Sondereinheit. So, besondere Befehle, Datenänderungen. Lamp Gilbert. Sperre Guthaben. Linkstatus 0. Uiuiui, das ist ja böse. So, besondere Befehle, besonderen Statusantrag, Genehmigung für vorübergehende Anhebung des Linkstatus gewährt. Status gewährleistet Zugang zu allen Sektoren, Dauer 48 Stunden. Sehr geil. Perfekt. Somit sind wir...
So my real name is Robert Overman. But why does Link want me? And what's happened to my father?
Viele wieder Fragen wieder, die wir hier haben. So, stecken wir jetzt hier in den Schlitz.
Seen anything of Obbins?
What do you want him for?
To mend a pipe in the power plant.
Can't you fix it yourself?
I wouldn't dare.
Well, I haven't seen Obbins all day. He's probably busy.
Ja, hier sind wir wieder. Gibt's irgendwas Neues? Yes.
You didn't answer my question.
Didn't I make myself plain enough for you, lame brain? You can get information from the Link terminal. Now, scram! While you've still got the use of your legs.
You shouldn't get yourself so worked up.
Oh, hell. I'm sorry. It's my nerves.
Okay. Der ist ein bisschen crazy drauf.
I've got the Schriebman port.
Brilliant. How did you manage that?
I had to trade with the doctor.
I hope he didn't rip you off.
No comment. See you later. Hey, Lamb. Thanks for the tour.
You're welcome. I hope you've learned something about pipes.
Oh yes, it was most instructive. From now on, whenever I smell raw sewage, I'll think of you, Gilbert.
Let me give you a tip, lad. If you want to get anywhere in this city, you have to bend the rules.
In what way?
If you don't want to get entangled in red tape, you need insurance, a special policy. See my friend Anchor. He'll help you out.
Hey, Lamb. Do you have a problem?
Aye, lad. I was hoping to see you. My card isn't working and I can't use the elevator.
Perhaps you've been made a D-Link.
Don't be so bloody impertinent, lad. What will poor little Couscous do?
Who's Couscous?
My pussy. She has to be fed. What would I do if she died?
Make a hat to match your coat?
I don't think that's very funny, lad. Besides, cat and beaver fur wouldn't match.
I could feed her for you, if I could get into your apartment.
You go down to Bellevue, and I'll authorize it so you can. By the way, Couscous likes to be pampered. Like all women, eh, lad?
Apart from D-Links, you mean? You need therapy, Lamb.
Gut, dann werden wir mal den Pussy mal hier mal füttern gehen.
Come on, Joey.
Joey, komm. Alright, so. Wieder den Schlitz benutzen. Wahnsinn.
That's pathetic. I could do better. It's titled Pussies on Parade.
Pussy-Parade. Möchte man da reingucken?
I didn't picture Lamb as a reader of books. They're fake, just empty cardboard boxes.
Leere Schachtel.
The artist must have been on something. What a fat cat. Hello, puss. I'd better not stroke it. It might scratch me. I'd like that if it wasn't for the fluffy sheep.
Okay.
Might have guessed Lamb would have a TV screen like that. Big, showy, and ostentatious. It's got more buttons than a maternity dress.
Oh, Mietze Mietz. Pussy-Parade nennt er das. Fein. Sehr cool, haben wir das auch.
That looks comfortable and inviting. The cushion is covered in grease and cat fur.
Ah, schnell weg hier. Okay, haben wir ein Video stibitzt hier. So, jetzt können wir hoffentlich... Jawohl.
Oh no! Joey must have forgotten he'd changed shells. I hope his board isn't broken. What's through that door?
It's off limits to the likes of you.
I just wondered where it leads.
It's the old cathedral. There's nothing interesting in there. In fact, it's empty.
Why guard an empty cathedral?
I'm not guarding it exactly. I'm just standing here.
Preventing me from entering.
Yes.
Do you know the woman with the dog?
Oh yes, that's Mrs. Piermont. The richest woman in Union City. And the ugliest.
Mrs. Piermont ist wieder da. Kennen wir natürlich auch aus Baphomets Fluch, ne? Also Ulta haben wir hier jetzt entdeckt von Lure of the Temptress und Baphomets Fluch. Und Mrs. Piermont ist natürlich auch wieder da, die wir natürlich aus Baphomets Fluch 1 und dem 5. Teil kennen. Großartig. Da spielt immer so ein bisschen so diese kleinen Parallelen, ja. Ich finde das richtig gut.
What's the best way out of the city?
There isn't a way out.
Then the inhabitants are no better than prisoners.
That's the price of progress.
Never mind. Hello, who are you?
My name's Vincent. What's yours?
I'm Robert. You can call me Rob. Why aren't you at school, Vincent?
My tutor's malfunctioned. I tried to reprogram it to play video games.
Would you like me to repair your tutor?
Oh, I can do that myself. But then I'd have to go back to my studies.
What's that you're playing with?
It's my handheld games console.
Neat. What's the game?
It's called Fleecy the Lamb.
That sounds nice. What's the objective?
Torch the mutant psychos with your flamethrower and stop Dr. Mantis from butchering the orphans.
But that's horrible.
Yeah, I've played better.
What other games have you got?
Not many, 'cause they're too expensive. They're smuggled into the city from Hobart. I've got Nobby, the platform game, Onan the Barbarian, and Revenge of the Deadly Dandelions.
I suppose they keep you out of mischief. Do you know a man called Overman?
No, Rob. Why do you want to know?
He's my dad.
Aren't you a little old to have a dad?
Last time I saw him, I was a little boy. I was taken away to the Gap.
The Gap? Oh, wow! I'd like to escape to the Gap. I'm tired of being told what to do.
Do you know the woman with the dog?
That's Mrs. Piermont, and she's a pig.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Well, she tried to confiscate my console. She gave me a lecture and tried to force me to join the Junior Security Corps.
Don't wear out your thumbs. Excuse me.
Smart floral display. Are they real? What do you think?
They look kind of shiny.
Naturally. I've just varnished them.
Do you paint the flowers too?
This is Union City, not Wonderland. You obviously know nothing about plants.
Won't the varnish harm the plants?
Au contraire, Clever Dick. It filters out the crap in the atmosphere.
What are you doing to that plant?
I'm modelling a living sculpture. It's called topiary, and it's an art form.
What are those blue flowers called?
They're dandelions. Don't touch them!
They're pretty. But why can't I touch them?
Because if you do, you'll wet your bed.
I haven't done that for months. See you later. The leaves are shiny and waxy.
Okay, haben wir jetzt schon mit ein paar unterhalten. Hier Vincent sieht aus, als ob er mit einem Gameboy spielt, ne? Oder sowas. Leider habe ich die Namen der Spiele nicht erkannt. Da irgendwie was Besonderes dabei ist.
The door has an old-fashioned lock on it. Won't open. That's probably because it's locked.
So,
It's an old trick, but it still works.
rostige Maschine.
It has a list of names with little buttons beneath. The mechanism has rusted solid. They're for cutting and pruning plants.
Nehmen wir das mal mit, wa? Museumstraße.
It's an old map, but it means nothing to me. The map is painted on a big sheet of metal. Not the sort of map you'd fold and put in your pocket.
Nicht Mauerwerk.
The stairway has been bricked up.
Zugemauert, ja.
Why did I waste my time doing that? Being in this city must be cracking me up.
Ja, sonst haben wir hier leider nichts mehr. Okay. Gut, aber wir haben eine Gartenschere. Ein Portier. St. James.
Excuse me.
Hold it. Your membership card, please.
I don't have one.
This is a private club.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You do now. Piss off.
How do I join the club?
You have to be sponsored by an existing member. It's a most exclusive establishment. Frequented only by those with the proper credentials.
You mean people with money?
No, people with credit. There's a world of difference. People with money think they can afford not to care. People with credit know they can't, but don't care anyway.
What goes on in the club?
If I was to tell you that this club provides recreational facilities par excellence for a clientele with elegance and taste, I'd be lying through my teeth.
You just said it was exclusive.
Oh, it is exclusive, but seedy. The reason people come here is the cheap booze, and the fact that it's off limits to security.
Smart shoes.
Oh, thanks. You can tell a lot from a man's shoes. The design tells you what kind of man he is. The way he cares for them tells you where he's going.
And what he's trodden in tells you where he's been. Do you know anyone who'd sponsor me?
What about old widow Piermont? She used to come here, years ago. If you chatted her up, she might sponsor you.
I don't know Mrs. Piermont personally.
Oh, you must have seen her, with her dog. Mrs. Piermont is the one with 2 legs.
Die mit den 2 Beinen, großartig.
See you later.
So, was haben wir hier? Ein Schild.
Court closed.
Saal geschlossen.
See link for news of forthcoming attractions. The notice is glued to the door. Doors are unremarkable, but this one has a certain je ne sais pas. Shut tight.
Okay, fest verschlossen. So, gut, dann werden wir uns mal Lady Piermont schnappen. Okay, dann läuft sie jetzt wahrscheinlich. Ist wahrscheinlich sinnvoller, wenn wir unten lang laufen. No, warte. Lady Piermont, wo bist du?
Excuse me.
Hello, darling. I don't believe we've met.
No, I'm a stranger here.
I'm Mrs. Piermont, but you can call me Danielle.
Das ist so, so cool. Das ist sogar die Originalstimme, die sie halt auch in der englischen Version hat bei Baphomets Fluch. Also das ist, finde ich, absolut großartig.
Would you sponsor me for the club?
Oh no, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
As you said yourself, you're a stranger. Why, you could be a terrorist. No, it's out of the question.
Excuse me. Do you know someone called Overman?
Why, yes, I do. He worked with my husband, Professor Piermont. Why? Are you interested in Overman?
He was my father.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. Overman's only son died in an accident.
That was no accident, Mrs. Piermont. It was deliberate sabotage by security. My mother was killed, but I survived. And I've read a document which proves it.
Incredible! Your mother was a great friend to me. If you're really Robert Overman, I'll sponsor you. Meet me at my apartment.
Excuse me.
I'll see you back at my apartment.
Okay, dann gehen wir zu ihr. Mit ins Apartment.
A pallet of bricks suspended from a pulley.
Oh, come to Mommy!
It's attached to some bricks via a pulley.
Oh, come to Mommy, Spunky!
No card slot. Must be a private elevator. It's the call button for an apartment.
Hello. Who is this?
It's me, Robert.
Come right in, Rob.
Welcome to my humble little home, Robert. You know, I remember you as a baby, Robert.
I've grown a bit since then.
I'm sure you have. You must have so many questions to ask me.
Yes, I have. What was the professor working on?
Didn't I tell you? Helmut was the designer of Link. It was his dream, but he died before it was realized. Your father became the project leader.
So my dad was responsible for Link?
Yes, he stepped into Helmut's shoes. Link reached completion on the very day you were born. From then on, Richard changed. He spent more time with Link than he did with his wife and baby.
Why did my mother try to escape?
But she did her best to cope. But she wasn't the same after Richard's rejection. The authorities never approved of her marriage either. Because she came from Hobart. Eventually, she decided to return home.
So the bastards had her killed.
You're overwrought, Robert. Would you like some paracetamol?
I don't want analgesic. I want answers. Is my father still alive?
I've not seen him since my husband's funeral. What a magnificent occasion. I wish I could have stayed until the end.
You walked out of your husband's funeral?
I had no choice. Poor Spunky hates cathedrals. All that incense and droning makes him bilious. No sooner had I got him outside when up came his breakfast.
Who the hell is Spunky?
My dog, of course. Now, where was I? Well, when I got back, they were all gone. Congregation, choir, coffin and all.
Why didn't you want to visit the club?
The memory is too painful.
Did you go there with the professor?
Yes, we met in a club. Oh, he was a handsome young graduate. And I was a flower in my first bloom. He plucked me from the garden of innocence.
I see what you mean. The memories are painful. Are you gonna sponsor me now?
If that's what you want. I'll telephone the manager and make the arrangements. This won't take a moment. Is that Mr. Colston? Danielle Piermont here. I have a friend I wish to sponsor.
Schickes Outfit hat sie an. So, Hundenapf.
It's full of biscuits and dog drool.
Hundesapper, wirklich lecker.
It's an ancient Greek statue made of fiberglass. It's another of those easy-to-program machines which select the record time and channel at random.
So, hier werden wir jetzt die Videokassette benutzen.
Little crunchy doggy snacks.
Sehr schön. Ah nee, warte. So.
Excuse me.
Hello, Mr. Overman.
How did you know my name?
You're a member now, sir. It's my business to know all our members.
Can I go in now?
Certainly. But you're in for a disappointment.
How come?
It looks smart with the lights turned low, but in daylight, it's a flipping toilet.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Hi. Mind if I join you?
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Overman. What do you think of the club?
I don't like the music.
Neither do I. They should have retired years ago. I'm Colston, the manager of the club.
Pleased to meet you. How do I get out of this city?
Can you see I'm busy?
I'll take your turn for you.
And lose the game for me?
You're gonna lose anyhow.
Don't be so sure, Gallagher. I've got something up my sleeve.
I knew you were cheating.
Well, so are you.
Excuse me. Hi. Mind if I join you?
Well, hello yourself. They call me Babs.
Pleased to meet you. See you later.
Oh, don't count on it.
Excuse me. Can I have a drink, please?
No chance.
Why not?
House rules.
Excuse me. Do the rules prohibit me from drinking?
No, you can drink all you want, but I can't serve you.
You are the bartender, right?
Well, I'm not the cabaret.
How come you can get a drink and I can't?
I told you. It's the house rules. Colston would fire me if I gave you a drink.
I'm gonna complain about you.
Please yourself.
What are the band called?
The Hot Club Quartet.
But there's only 3 of them.
Yeah, the saxophonist OD'd last month.
Did the saxophonist OD on drugs?
No. Too much sax. He got overexcited and ruptured his lungs.
Never mind. They look really happy. Or stoned. There's no sign of a lock or a card slot. There's a thumb-sized indentation in the plate. It doesn't react to my thumbprint. Oh, nothing.
Hey, get your hands off my drink, Buster.
Excuse me. Where does the locked door lead to?
Oh, that's the wine cellar.
Excuse me. Where does the locked door lead to?
To the wine cellar. Colston's the only one who can open it. It's programmed to read his fingerprints.
Never mind.
Gut. Ach, die Piermann ist unten.
It's attached to some bricks via a pulley.
What was that splashing noise? Where has Spunky gone? Officer Blunt, come and help me, quickly!
Just for a second, you scared me, but you're only dummies. They're not human. Someone's been making androids. They must have switches to activate them, somewhere. Damned if I'm gonna look for them, though. A ventilation shaft. Better keep away from the edge, or I'll get sucked off.
Okay, das ist hier ziemlich still hier.
It's a kind of bed with wheels. The wheels are locked in place.
Wollen die dann lösen? Nee, das sieht nicht so aus. Schränkchen.
There could be something useful in there. Wouldn't you know it? It's locked.
Okay. Schließfach.
There aren't any markings on it, or locks. You don't look so healthy. You should get out in the sunshine. His skin is cold, like plastic.
Plastik.
This place is spooky. His skin is cold, like plastic. Oh no, not her, not Anita. Her skin is burnt and blistered. She appears to have been exposed to radiation.
Oh no, nicht Anita. Nö.
He doesn't have any eyelashes. His skin is cold, like plastic.
Oh nein. Deswegen hat er gesagt, so von wegen hier die niedrigste Stufe und so.
Yo, that's horrible. I don't think a severed head would be any use.
Nicht? Okay. Nein, Anita. Müssen wir mal hochgehen, müssen wir mal gucken. Anita ist wirklich weg, ja. So, dann muss man den Schutzanzug anziehen. Oh, hat der Bärchenpulli an. Deswegen wollte er den haben. Radioaktivität. So, zeige Reaktorstatus. Bremsstrahlung. Achtung, Austritt von Zeta-Strahlung. Okay. Starte Abschalt. Nee.
The power in those things gives me the willies. It's an ID card, minus the security logo.
Der Plastikat ist eine Holographie von Anita. Na gut, wenn sie hier drinnen natürlich ohne. Aber dann war sie bestimmt nicht menschlich. So, machen wir uns mal den Mantel wieder. Oh, schicker Bärchenpulli. So, wir müssen wieder zurück zu der... zu diesem Sicherheitscenter. So. So, jetzt benutzen wir ihre Karte. Und jetzt sind wir wieder hier. Was haben wir? Blender, Playback, entschlüsseln. Ne, hier waren wir, ja. Kreuzritter. Pickard und Trout Union Labors bewacht das System gegen religiösen Missbrauch von IDO-Konfigurationen. Oh, okay. Wenn wir das jetzt nämlich aufsammeln würden, aber wahrscheinlich kriegen wir es jetzt ab. Wir müssen schnell sein. Oh no. Okay, nochmal. Das strahlt das aber nämlich weg. Stimmgabel. Schnell weg.
If that's you, Rob, listen carefully. You're the only one who can help. I was supposed to make contact with an agent from Hobart. Trouble is, the rendezvous was in a park on ground level. And now I'm a D-Link, I can't get there. The agent's name is Eduardo. I don't know how you'll get to Link, but beneath the city there are tunnels. The remains of the old subway. That could be a way in.
Okay. Oh, Entschuldigung. Ja, Eduardo hatten wir ja nun, mit dem hatten wir uns ja schon unterhalten.
Excuse me. See you later. Tell me about your dandelion game.
Ah, it's brilliant. You get chased by these giant yellow weeds.
You mean dandelions are yellow? The gardener told me they were blue.
He's mad. He's not a real gardener.
How'd you know the gardener is a fake?
He's got green fingers.
That's the sign of a naturally talented gardener.
I saw him dipping them in the paint. Anyway, the plants are made of plastic.
You're a real help, Vincent.
No problem, Rob.
Know where I'd find the old subway?
Nah, I've never heard of it.
I thought all boys were into railways.
Get real. What planet are you on?
Sometimes I wonder. Don't wear out your thumbs. Excuse me. You told me dandelions were blue.
Did I? Well, what of it?
This boy assures me they're yellow.
Ugh, smart-assed little brat. All right, you got me sussed. I haven't had any formal training, but I've always dreamed of being a gardener. I love 'em, every little shrub and succulent. Those dainty blossoms waving their little stamens in the breeze.
All right, I get the point.
You won't report me, will you?
Why should I do that? Excuse me. Do you know a girl called Anita?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Why do you want to know?
She's been murdered. I found her body in the cathedral.
Can't see why you're telling me.
Excuse me. What's your name?
It's Eduardo. Why?
You're Anita's contact, right?
How come you know so much?
She left a message on her card.
Listen, do you know what's happened to Link?
I'm totally confused.
Link is a living, self-replicating organism. Originally, it served as an advisor to the Council, but it has gradually taken control.
How? And why?
We're really not sure. Hobart scientists have developed a virus. It will check Link's growth, if we can get it into the system.
Will you give me the virus?
I can't. It's been downloaded to Link space.
Anita was supposed to retrieve it, since she had a Shriebman port.
So have I. I owe it to Anita to get that virus.
No chance. It's bound to be guarded.
I can try at least. Excuse me. See you later.
Okay, das war Eduardo. Und das, was mit Link hier vonstatten geht, nichts Gutes. KI, die sich selbst verbreitet hat.
Silence in court! Security Services, Department of Justice, Inc. Judge Chutney presiding. Court is now in session.
Silence! I recognize that villain. An habitual criminal if ever I saw one.
That's Mr. Greaves, my lord. The counsel for the prosecution.
Silence when you speak to me. Now, who is the first contestant?
Defendant, my lord. The case of Union Security Services versus Howard Hobbins.
Howard Hobbins, come on up. Nice to see you, Howard. You're not nervous, are you?
Not really.
The defendant is accused of gross contempt and assault of a security officer.
Oh, intolerable. What have you got to say for yourself, eh?
I've been framed, Your Honour. May I elucidate, my lord?
Go on then, but hurry up about it.
Officer Blunt was investigating a complaint made against Hobbins. After questioning the defendant, he was the victim of an assault.
Ah! Monstrous! Off with his head!
Just a flipping minute. Who's defending me?
Defence? Is he entitled to any?
I'm afraid so, my lord.
Upon my soul, whatever next? Who'd be silly enough to defend this wretch? Very well, let's get on with round one. Fingers on the buzzers, everyone.
I wish to call Officer Blunt.
Call Officer Blunt!
Please tell the court what happened.
I was assaulted.
And is the culprit present in the court?
That's him in the overalls.
I rest my case, my lord.
Good. Where's my black cap?
We haven't heard the defence, my lord.
Is it really necessary? Oh, go on. Just don't take all day.
Now then, Officer Blunt. What was the nature of your injuries?
I got very wet.
But you didn't suffer any physical harm.
I could have caught a nasty cold.
Tell the court how you got wet.
While patrolling on Bellevue, I was saturated by a sudden shower.
Did you ascertain its source?
Oh, yeah. I heard laughter from the walkway above.
So, you saw the accused pour the liquid?
I couldn't see anything. My eyes were full of water. But I'd recognize his laugh anywhere.
Just how well do you know Hobbins?
I've never met him before.
And yet you say you recognized his laughter.
I don't know.
Who lodged the complaint against Hobbins?
Objection, my lord. Defense is contriving to lead the witness.
It was a simple question. I wish to establish the seriousness of the complaint made against my client.
I shall permit the witness to answer. However, I'm awarding Mr. Greaves 5 points for a well-timed interruption.
So who did lodge the complaint?
It was Daniel Piermont.
What was Mrs. Piermont's grievance?
Cruelty to her pet dog. I interviewed Hobbins on 4 occasions, but he still hasn't confessed.
Did you examine the dog?
I tried to.
And?
The bugger bit me.
No further questions, Your Honor. I wish to call Mrs. Piermont.
Call Mrs. Piermont.
Hello, darling. Hello, Robbie. Hello, everyone.
Silence in court.
Had you met Hobbins before this incident?
I don't recall ever seeing him. But one takes little notice of mere maintenance men.
What was your complaint against Hobbins?
He was abused, my little poochy poos.
Disgraceful. I haven't had a dog abuse case since the infamous Spaniel Mangle scandals.
Did you witness the alleged attack?
Not exactly.
Then how did you know about it? Did the dog tell you?
Officer Blunt reported the incident to me.
How would you describe your pet dog?
Objection, Your Honor. This is a trial, not a dog show.
Objection overruled, Mr. Greaves. I want to get to the bottom of this doggy business.
He's an absolute darling. Everyone adores him.
But Officer Blunt said it bit him.
That would be the uniform. He was mauled by a troop of scouts when he was a puppy.
No further questions, Your Honor. I'd like to question the defendant. Did you assault Officer Blunt?
Objection, my lord.
Why, man, what's wrong?
Repetition, my lord?
Objection overruled.
Are you guilty of assault, Howard?
Not me. I was fixing one of the cooling pipes, and it burst.
So Blunt's soaking was an accident?
Not exactly.
Why did the pipe burst?
Some joker had cut a power cable and overloaded the steam release in the power station. That's what damaged the cooling pipe.
Oh, I see. Did you laugh at Blunt's predicament?
Laugh? I'd nearly wet me pants.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Greaves, you may start the bonus round. The facts speak for themselves, my lord. Hobbins is a cruel and callous man with no respect for law and order. I recommend the maximum possible sentence. Any comments from the defense?
I don't believe this is happening. This is total madness. You've all been warped in some way. And I think Link is the cause.
Silence! I've heard quite enough of this nonsense. So it's time for me to make my judgment. Howard Hobbins You've won tonight's star prize. Life imprisonment. However, in view of your service to the city, I'm going to reduce your sentence. 2 hours community service. Court dismissed.
Okay, hatten wir nochmal eine kleine Gerichtsverhandlung. Zack, Tür zu. Sehr gut. So, jetzt werden wir mal hier nochmal in den Club gehen.
Excuse me. Is there a subway around here?
Oh, there used to be. The club was named after the station.
Where is the subway station?
You're standing in it. See the area in front of the stage. The track ran right through there.
Hmm.
The green select button is lit.
Hey, music lover. If you're looking for the best in sounds, I got 'em. The music of the spheres right here on Earth. So come on, get your fingers on my buttons. Let's make beautiful music together.
How offensive. Why they put voices in these machines is beyond me.
I'm all warmed up for you, baby.
Shut up and let me check the selections. Oh, Lord, it's mostly country and western.
Nobody's perfect.
Ah, there are 3 tunes by the resident band.
So, what's your choice, big boy?
You search but find nothing.
Schallplatte ist kaputt. So, wir haben das Glas. So, wo müssen wir hin? Natürlich zum komischen Operationsheini da, zum Chirurgen. Diep, 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 diep. Dim, dim, dim. Achso, der komische Kerl ist ja auch nicht mehr hier. Okay.
Excuse me. Thanks again for the port, Doc.
It's a pleasure to do business with you.
Excuse me. Thanks again.
It's a pleasure.
Okay.
Excuse me. Can you match my fingerprints to those on this glass?
Oh, yes. My machine will do that automatically.
It's not against the law, is it?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Don't security use them to check people's identities?
If they do, it's the first time I've heard of it. The usual procedure for identification of suspects is a retina scan at the post-mortem. Now, about these prints you requested. Open the panel on my machine and insert the glass. Then place your hands in the otodermatome. Will this hurt, Doc? Oh, yes. Quite considerably.
Cool, die Animation da unten halt, ne? Wie die da abläuft. Der muss Schmerzen haben, wirklich. Lass mal wieder runter. Dum.
It's a big box made of wood. That's too big and heavy to carry. It's made of thin chipboard. The grill is too firmly attached to pull from the wall. I've punctured a hole in the grill. The grill is too... Can't see anything, but I can feel a breeze. Can't see any... The subway. It's like a warren built by giant rabbits.
Sehr cool. Das sieht genauso aus wie bei Baphomets Fluch 2. Das Easter Egg, wenn ihr euch noch dran erinnern könnt. Da sind wir doch mit Nico auch in der U-Bahn-Station, da haben wir ihn noch gesehen, denn da wird er ja gefressen von dem Vieh in der Wand.
The roof of the tunnel must have collapsed. I'm never gonna be able to shift all that.
Da ist es. Ziemlich cool. Das ist die Stelle, die wir bei Baphomets Fluch 2 hatten. So, wir benutzen... Okay, die Glühbirne nicht. Doch, da, Fassung. Wenn wir jetzt nämlich hier durchgegangen wären, dann wäre das Vieh rausgekommen. So wie bei Baphomets Fluch halt.
The picture is covered with mold and dirt. It's an old advertisement for Anchor Insurance. I wonder if Anchor's grandfather was a complete zero, too. It's the station's name. Museum. Uh-oh, the tunnel roof doesn't look too stable.
Oh, hier musst du dich beeilen. Unbedingt vorher speichern. Dann kann ich von denen erschlagen werden. Eieiei. Anschwellung.
The outer skin is stretched and weakened. That thing's alive. I wonder what it is. That thing's alive. I wonder what it is. That patch of plaster looks damp and crumbly.
All right.
I've exposed the bricks beneath the plaster.
Ouch.
It's penetrated the outer skin. Ugh! I made a hole right through the vein.
So.
The cover must regulate the heat from below. Bubbling, boiling lava. Boy, that's hot!
Meine Güte.
It holds the grill secure. Pulling the handle has loosened the grill.
Sich selber wieder, ne?
It doesn't operate manually. There aren't any buttons to press. The slot gives access to an expansion port. How do you feel, Joe?
I'm completely operational, and all my circuits are functioning perfectly.
That's a relief. Is there any immediate danger?
If your presence here is detected, termination is more than likely.
Are there any other humans in this area?
Negative.
What about the guy in the tank room?
Negative. The technician is an android. I advise you to avoid contact with it.
Are you really the Joey I grew up with? You don't sound like him.
That is unavoidable. My shell has a limited syntactic processor.
Oh well. At least you're not so argumentative. I want you to check out the tank room.
Please be more specific.
I want a detailed report on everything. Especially that android.
The android could be dangerous.
Exactly. I don't want to risk my neck.
Na, wo ist denn Joey jetzt? Jetzt ist er nicht da. Ach, da ist er.
Give me a report on the tank room.
The growth tanks contain developing androids. Nourishment is supplied from a tank. The temperature is maintained by convection from an underground source.
Tell me about the growth tanks.
Access to the growth tanks is not possible.
Tell me about the computer.
Access to the computer is denied.
Tell me about the nutrient tank.
The tank contains chemicals on which the androids feed.
So, without it, they'd die?
Affirmative.
Is there a way of draining the tank?
Manual evacuation is achieved by opening a tap.
Tell me about the android.
It is programmed to safeguard the developing androids.
Is he dangerous?
It's certainly stupid enough to constitute a threat.
Open the tap to the nutrient tank. That will distract the android technician.
Okay, sieht gut aus.
Hello. I was not expecting a visitor. A puddle? The tank must be leaking.
Humans 1, androids 0. Better be careful I don't fall in there. No obvious explanation of what it's controlling. There aren't any manual controls. There's a weird fetus thing floating in it. Whoever said babies were cute? The casing is thin, but very hard. There's a weird fetus thing. Whoever said the casing is... There's a rubbery man in there. So that's how androids are created. This tank isn't occupied. That's the most secure lock I've ever seen.
Sieht ganz schön crazy hier alles aus, ja.
It's a view of the reactor. They're linked to surveillance cameras. They're linked.
Zugriff auf eingeschränkten Bereich. Tür öffnen.
You've saved me the bother of coming to find you. I should have guessed you were part of all this. Why do you think Reich had to die when he tried to kill you? Or that meddling girl who tried to help you escape? Link needs you alive, Overman. That's why it planned this family reunion.
Get out while you can, Rob.
Stop! Tell me what you want from me! You won't be needing this robot where you're going.
No, Joey, ich habe doch gerade...
Poor Joey didn't last long in that shell. I'll take his board as a memento.
Leichnam.
Aha! Another ID card from my collection.
Und wieder in dieser komischen Welt, wieder hier drin. Aber der Soundtrack ist hier ziemlich cool. Düm, 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 düm. Göttlicher Zorn. So. So, nur die Karte wechseln.
Another entry.
So, was ist nämlich aufgelöst? Das sind Kreuzritter. So, müssen wir wieder... Polywrap-Kristall, Urheber Trip, Horbert von Anwendung vor unautorisierten Personen schützen. Schenkung an Hobart Funware. So, wir hatten uns ja hier diesen Helix, Urheber, Institut der Cybernetik. Überprüfen Sie das Wachstum von schlechtem Gewebe, um dem Caudal-Syndrom entgegenzuwirken.
Whatever's in there is extremely cold. Instant frostbite if I put my hand in there. The computer is controlling the tank and displaying its readings on the monitor. Pressing the keys has no effect. There are strands of tissue suspended in this tank. Whoa, the liquid in the tank has burned my hand. It's a fully formed android body. It's a fully...
So.
How do you feel, Joey?
I'm not entirely sure, sir. I feel soft and curiously vulnerable.
That's because you're practically human.
And this feeling of insecurity is natural?
Oh yeah, you'll get used to it.
By the way, sir, take my advice. Don't wake the other androids.
Why not?
If they've been programmed, they'll terminate you.
I think you need a new name, Joey.
I concur with your observation, Mr. Foster. What do you consider an appropriate sobriquet?
I'm gonna call you Ken.
That's wonderful news, sir. Tell me, are there any memorable Kens in history? A Ken whom I might seek to emulate?
All the Kens I can think of were dorks.
Splendid! It will be my mission in life to make the name Ken synonymous with dorks.
How do you like your new body?
It's wonderful, sir. There's just one thing.
What's that?
When will I be getting the accessories?
I don't know what you mean.
Ears, body hair, those little decorative parts?
You're better off without them, believe me. Thanks for saving me from the android.
My actions were the only logical course. What I cannot comprehend is how an android could behave in such an irrational manner. Why, it was almost as if he was human.
What did he mean by a family reunion?
Since your mother was killed, that leaves only...
my father.
You never speak of him, do you?
That's because I can't remember him.
Can't or won't, sir?
Are we close to Link's core?
Almost certainly, sir. I can sense its presence in a strange and mysterious way.
Like the old man, the pictures in the campfire. He saw it too, the evil beneath the city. And then he died with the rest of the tribe.
This isn't the time for remorse, sir. You must destroy the evil and avenge their deaths.
Never mind. The virus has caused the program to crash. Can you give me an analysis, buddy?
The tissue is beginning to smell, sir. It can't survive out of the tank.
I've got a fresh sample now. The tissue is frozen now. It's storage. For what, I couldn't guess. The metal is solid and impenetrable. No way of opening it. I'm obviously supposed to put my hand on that. That tickles. Place your hand on that lock sensor.
With pleasure, sir.
It's storage. For what, I couldn't guess. That tickles. Let's try that hand sensor again.
I suggest we touch the sensors simultaneously, sir.
Hey, Rubber Man! What's wrong with you?
I appear to have a problem, sir. My hand has melted onto the door.
I don't like to leave you here.
I'll be free in no time, sir. Have you got an axe?
No, I haven't. Why?
You could have used it to sever my hand.
That's unthinkable. Still stuck?
I'm afraid so, sir. It's frustrating, to say the least.
Never mind. Rats! I can't climb to the cable from here. Yes, I've poisoned the sludge. This could be the second most stupid thing I've ever done. Father?
Is that Robert? Oh, my son. Why did you come here?
I thought you'd be glad to see me.
I did everything I could to stop you. You're in terrible danger. Get away.
I'm taking you with me. How do I disconnect you from the machine?
Listen to me. Link needs a replacement for my brain. And the best choice was someone related by blood. It sent Reich and his goons to bring you here. Link killed Reich when he threatened you.
But if Link wanted me alive, why did it wreck the helicopter?
That was my doing, Robert. I managed to wrest control from Link for a few seconds. Long enough to cause the crash. I hope to spare you my fate, Robert.
Ken, you're just in time.
I thought you might need a hand, sir. I've got a bad feeling about this, sir.
What happened, Father?
Link has rejected me. And without it, I'll die.
Help me, quickly!
What do you want me to do, sir?
Sit in that chair.
Are you going to plug me into Link, sir? I hope you know what you're doing. Something is happening, I think. Yes, I'm gaining control. I found my destiny, Mr. Foster.
Can you ever forgive me, Robert?
For letting your machine kill my mother?
Please, try to understand. It was the greatest experiment ever devised. Tapping the unexplored depths of the human brain. The potential of the subconscious mind.
You fused with this machine deliberately?
It was a well-considered plan, my boy.
Well considered? It was nothing but megalomania.
I had a dream. The fusion process was an apparent success, but the computer shared access to my human failings. It learned of greed, of vanity. It reveled in the power it wielded. I was almost powerless in the hands of this monster.
Which is the monster, Father? The computer or you?
Robert. Oh, Robert. You were my only reason for wanting to live.
Father? Father! Too late. It's over now.
About the vacancy in the sewage grading plant, Howard. Perhaps we should assign the position to Gilbert Lamb.
Hello, Mr. Hobbins.
Hello, son. What do you want?
I've come to say goodbye.
You still plan to go back to the Gap?
Yeah, I've had it with city life. I'm certainly gonna miss you both. Why don't you come too?
We got enough to do. Getting Union City back to normal.
I reckon you'll make a great team.
Will you come back to visit us, sir?
I'm not sure about that, Ken. But I'll be thinking of you. Oh, by the way, Mr. Hobbins. Here's your wrench.
Thanks, son. I'll need that if Ken gives me any trouble.
Goodbye, friends. And thanks.
Be vigilant.
So Leute, das war, ja, Beneath a Steel Sky. Ein großartiges Spiel, hat mir unglaublich viel Spaß gemacht. Ja, es gab ja auch viele, viele Szenen, wo man hätte wieder sterben können und so weiter und so fort. Ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, das ein oder andere Mal bin ich sogar gestorben, hab's natürlich selbstverständlich rausgeschnitten. Ja, war ein bisschen zu langsam, gerade jetzt auch zum Ende hin. Ja, aber es hat mir unglaublich viel Spaß gemacht. Dafür, dass es auch mein erstes Mal war, dass ich das Ganze jetzt hier durchgespielt habe, hat mir das, wie gesagt, also ich war schon sehr gefixt. Bin mal gespannt, wie der zweite Teil jetzt wird, wie die Geschichte da weitergeht. Wir mussten leider Joey da lassen oder auch jetzt Ken. Ja, der ist jetzt dann praktisch, der neue Vater ist gestorben, Mutter ist tot, wir sind ganz alleine. Aber wir sind zurück ins Ödland. Ja, wir hauen wieder ab. Ja, aber so an sich, ganz ehrlich, ich fand den Soundtrack, der ist ziemlich cool, der bleibt auf jeden Fall im Kopf. Ja, den hörst du immer und immer wieder. Wie sie das Ganze geschrieben haben. Also man merkt halt einen deutlichen Unterschied zu Lure of the Temptress und jetzt hier mit Beneath a Steel Sky. Also muss ganz ehrlich sagen, also hat mir unglaublich gut gefallen und ich glaube, das war auch schon so die erste Richtung gewesen, so Richtung Baphomets Fluch. Und ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, ich freue mich, dass wir das hier durchgespielt haben und das jetzt hier in unseren Archiv packen können, um unsere kleine Playlist hier von, ja, die ganze Playlist jetzt hier aufzubauen und das ist toll. Hat mir Spaß gemacht. Ich würde gerne mal eure Meinung dazu in die Kommentare packen. Was ich glaube noch gar nicht erzählt habe, ist, dass ihr das Spiel komplett kostenlos bekommt. Ja, bei Good Old Games, also GOG.com, könnt ihr euch das Spiel komplett kostenlos runterladen. Ihr müsst nicht einen Cent dafür bezahlen. Genauso wie bei Lure of the Temptress. Das ist auch komplett kostenlos und das finde ich mega nice, ja, seitens Und deswegen, also, ladt's euch runter, wenn euch das gefallen hat und ihr das Ganze selber mal nachspielen wollt. Ich würde mir gerne mal so die Amiga-Version noch angucken. Aber ich glaube, mit der PC-Version sind wir eigentlich schon gut bedient. Das nächste Spiel wird auf jeden Fall jetzt richtig bockschwer, denn das spielt jetzt nach Baphomets Fluch 2. Und ich bin noch nicht so 100% sicher, ob wir das Ding auf jeden Fall durchspielen werden. Weil ich habe da schon so ein bisschen reingelinst und muss ganz ehrlich sagen, die Steuerung ist ein absoluter Grauen. Und ich weiß noch nicht. Also da werden wir uns auf jeden Fall ein bisschen schwer tun. Und natürlich den Beyond the Steel Sky kommt natürlich noch. Ja, also das werden wir uns auch noch angucken. Ja, aber ich bedanke mich auf jeden Fall, dass ihr dabei wart. Hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß. Ich sage jetzt danke fürs Zusehen. Ciao, tschüss. Ja, und eventuell hoffentlich wieder bis zum nächsten Mal. Lasst gerne ein Like da, schreibt es gerne in die Kommentare. Und sonst freut euch auf die nächsten Projekte hier auf dem Kanal. Ich freue mich auf jeden Fall. Also bis dahin, danke fürs Zuschauen, ihr Lieben. Tschüss.